Welcome to my garden. This used to be my classroom when I was teaching English in China, but when I found out that my job was coming to an end late last year, I started thinking about moving things around in my house and turning this space into my basement garden space. And when I was going through the garden at the end of the season, I kind of just dug stuff up and threw it in here, and not all in a timely manner, so some things didn't make it. So today I'm going to go through and clear out the stuff that has not made it. Some things need to be repotted. I don't know how much I'll get to that today. And this job here needs to be done better so that we can have a better use of our space. Ugh. Ugh. Got a lemongrass here, which probably needs to be thinned out or something. Ooh, it definitely needs to be repotted. It's like really low on dirt. I think we need to pull this guy up more now that we have big tall tomatoes in here. So I could have done that before I did the work. We've moved the herbs up here. So now we have, primarily we have tomato plant, pepper plants over here. And this was dragon bush beans. They have pretty much finished, and they are finished. So I need to rip them out and do something else with them. I have a little greenhouse cucumber. You want to be sure when you're picking cucumbers to grow indoors that they are not going to need to be pollinated. So these specifically don't need to be pollinated. I've got this thing full of lettuce, which I've planted too densely and I didn't thin out properly, and I've sort of cut them as baby greens for a while, but that's just not how we eat them. I don't really like most lettuce because I feel like it gets too bitter, so I think I'm going to concentrate on chard and Jiji Misai, and this can go to the chickens, so we'll give this to the chickens maybe tomorrow, and I'll let you watch just for a little bit. But I would like to have a constant supply of greens down here. Getting a basement tomato is great, but if I had, just a steady supply of greens and maybe herbs, I'd be very happy. Over here, we have some smaller grow lights attached to these. So once it's time to start planting seeds, I'm going to probably will be using this space, and then they'll get a lot of the overspill light, and they'll probably be very happy there. So we have a little pepper flower here to pollinate these. I like to keep a brush handy so that I can just rub the pollen down into that, and that will pollinate the pepper. This one we have one little leaf. Oh no, we've got a couple of green leaves coming. I need to do a better job planting it because it never got really very well planted when I brought it in. That's my fault. But we can probably save most of the peppers. This tomato here, ooh, poor little guy. This tomato here was a volunteer that I pulled out of the garden at the end of the season. So I'm not quite sure what we're gonna get. Probably a cherry tomato. These are mostly like Roma style. So, ooh. I've been pruning down some of the suckers. I think we should have 2. And I've got a string up to the ceiling, and then it's just tied on to the handle of the 5-gallon bucket. The air is spicy in here. Okay, so now we have things cleared out, so we've got a little more space. So we should be ready to start planting some seeds soon. Sorry, tomatoes and peppers. They release a lot of smells when their leaves get touched, and it is a lot. I started this bed a long time ago. We should have more carrots by now, but I've also been neglecting it. We've got one one little carrot that I can see, which doesn't look like the best carrot, but it is a carrot. So I think I'll try and make sure that I am doing a better job staying on top of watering these. We have one little cucumber here that's not very happy. This I should really do more about. I tried to make this peas and cilantro, but all we have here is this sad little cilantro. So sad. I've got lots of peppers here, tomatoes, and over here I'll probably add some chard or something. But we have our little cucumber guy, and our little cucumber has some baby cucumbers. So, you know, for January, not bad. Hopefully next year I will not be so overwhelmed at the end of the outdoor growing season, and I'll be able to do more with my indoor garden so that it can give us more throughout the winter. But it kind of came at a tough time this year because it was time to work on the garden when I was losing my job, but I was still working, so I couldn't make my space. So yeah. All right, thank you for joining me in my basement garden. We will hopefully be doing lots of gardening pretty soon. It's January, and I don't get to plant outside until March for the very, very cold hardy things. So we'll be doing some basement gardening until then. Thank you, and I will see you next time. Bye.
No.